I want to talk to y'all for a minute about disinformation and how, especially as we approach 2012, the Illuminati, the New World Order, whoever you want to call the actual management of the planet, they've carefully constructed a lot of truths with falsities. It's a brilliant combination of using compartmented information along with disinformation, so that even if a person is on the blood trail, they will go down an alley and you won't find the truth. Now, is it possible to find the truth? Yes, it is in a lot of circumstances. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? No. By the time we know the actual full extent of the story, we will never, ever be able to fully believe it because there'll be no way to confirm it. B, you probably won't have anywhere near enough information to stop their agenda because, well, the ball is in play, and the ball's been in play ever since you tried to figure it all out. I want to talk to you about the chemtrails conspiracy. This is Colin Andrews' blog spot. Colin Andrews works very closely with Stephen Greer. If you're twisted around and you believe that Greer is working for the New World Order, I can't help you. He is for real. That's all I'm going to try to say. But I'm not going to make up your mind. You decide for yourself. Here is on his blog spot. He's talking about two men who were important whistleblowers to speak out about chemtrails. There's A.C. Griffith and there's Ted Gunderson. Now, I'm not certain about Ted Gunderson, but I want to speak today about A.C. Griffith specifically. All right? Now, A.C. Griffith, I believe he did have his hands on real-life material on a project he describes as Cloverleaf. And he then goes on to link chemtrails with HAARP. And he says, he describes it as one of the most super secret programs ever. Well, I'm sorry, when you've got, does this look super secret to you? I think it's one of the reasons why chemtrailing is often one of the many protective backstories behind it is that, it's here to combat global warming and the problem is really bad, but they just don't want to scare everybody. So they're going to do this to cool down the planet, which is a joke. All right? I think A.C. Griffith, I do believe he was a member of the NSA. I do believe he believes he has the full truth behind chemtrailing. I believe he's telling the truth when the program really, no pun intended, took off. It was at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Griffith says that the chemtrailing is specifically and only linked to HAARP, and that you have to spray first in order to get the conditions right in our atmosphere for use of HAARP, and that the Russians have been attacking us for years, and there's a secret war going on, and only now have we started to protect ourselves, and, there's been many times when we all could have been killed, but thank God for the super secret NSA and these black projects that protected us, and that's what it really is. Okay. Now, hold the phone. First of all, the man is NSA. I don't believe a word he says. Secondly, NSA agents never fully retire. Third, why hasn't he been whacked? If this is true. All right. I believe his information was compartmented and is not the whole story. I believe he thinks he has the whole story. All right? Do I trust him? No. Quite frankly, I believe the purpose of the chemtrails is systemic poisoning. Much like a slow, basically what the PSYOPs people call a soft kill. Now, I don't agree with everything on Project Camelot either. I think there's so much disinformation out there that no one knows what is the full truth. But if you use some logic, we can get close. I think it's possible. You won't get damn close. You won't get the whole thing. Stu Webb, government insider as well, backs this up, indicating that the purpose of the chemtrails is to systemically expose Americans to viruses and other biological agents. Then you've got other people saying, well, look at the constitution of what is inside of a chemtrail, barium. And we've even got some cases of actual uranium. It's radioactive poisoning. It's weakening your immune system. It would go along with an Illuminati plot to stop population growth. All right? As a biologist, if I were trying to spray viral agents, an aerosol is a great idea, but not if it's mixed with barium. Why? Well, even though viruses aren't alive, anything that's radioactive, especially when it's in the tank, ready to be sprayed, you have a concentrating effect. It's going to destroy or denature the proteins in the virus, unless they've somehow found a way to super strengthen the virus, but then probably that would inhibit its spread. Okay? So, all right, we've got, just in our little conversation today, we've got 3 possibilities for the chemtrails. Viral agent spread, okay? We've got systematic murder of the American people, what I think it is. Slow death, slow, soft kill. And then we have, it's working with HARP. Well, these are big planes. These are big tanks. Any chemical can be loaded on there. I think it's a series of programs. I think it's all 3. And when anyone who comes along and says, I have all the answers, you know it's a fraud right then and there. Okay? Compartmented information, my friends. Compartmented. All right? The ability to spray, that's out in the open. If you can't identify that in the skies above your house, I can't help you. What's in the tanks? Well, we've got confirmation from Out Southwest and from aircraft.com. It's definitely silver iodine sometimes. We've got barium sometimes. I mean, we've got a poisoning in the Mount Shasta area where, what is it, barium is, aluminum is 6,000 times its normal amount. The water system is destroyed there. You can't camp there and not eventually die of cancer. Okay? Since when do we serfs matter to the Illuminati? It's a soft kill, I believe. I think that the Illuminati is going to underestimate human defense in terms of the body and the body's ability to adapt. And I also believe there are third players who are helping us. But to think that everybody has all the information is identical, especially for such a vast aerosol distributing chemical system that's being employed against us for years now, is absurd. So what do we do, man? Well, people are so obsessed with keeping their jobs and technology of the day and the grocery list and this and that, and American education is so flimsy today that people will look up and think, oh, there's a plane. There's a long trail. Oh, there's a plane next to it with a short trail. Oh, it must be because of their altitude, or it must be this, it must be that. Yeah, just talk to any pilot, then they will tell you about contrails. That part of it's getting out. The weak part of us is saying, well, what are we going to do about it? I think chemtrailing is one of the easiest plots of the Illuminati to stop. These airplanes have to take off, they have to land, they have to refuel, they have to fill their tanks. Encourage people who work in the control towers, encourage people who work at the airports to share their stories. Get it on tape. Get it anonymously, and let's protect these people. These things have to take off. They have to land. These things are not UFOs. People claim, oh, they're shape-shifting and they're that. No, you have a bad camera. Okay? You have a bad digital camera. You set it to maximum zoom. I've got lots of bad digital cameras. I know that they scan and they can show up as, oh, the plane's morphing. It's a plane. It's a tanker plane. Okay? Some of them are passenger planes with tanks inside. Oh, by the way, a lot of the pictures on the internet showing, oh, the inside of a chemtrailer. Folks, those are conventional planes where long-distance commercial airplanes, and some of the floors for extra fuel, they store the fuel in tanks like that. Now that comes from a commercial pilot that I trust. Okay? You honestly think they would let you inside to see these things? All right? And even if they did, they probably are so well camouflaged you wouldn't even have any access to see them, okay? All right. There are technicians out there, lots of them, who know how airplanes are refueled and the ins and outs of specific types of aircraft. And they can tell you, oh, this is unusual. If you took pictures, if you took long-distance video, technicians, aeronautical engineers, a lot of these men and women can tell you, that's strange. Why are they pouring that? What's that chemical? What's that? What's that tank? Why are they refueling there? What we need is people to get the cameras through the fence when we've got the technology to do this, and get it down and get people to stand up and say, this is wrong. You can't force the American people to listen. American people has pretty much ADD as it is. But something this obvious that the Illuminati are doing can be a major weapon against them. And while we have electrical power, let's do it. Let's use our digital technology. Let's grab the evidence. Let's blitz them. Promote the cause against our enslavers. One of the major errors of the Illuminati and the whole damn scheme is that their arrogance is precluding them against proper defense. They're counting on Americans being so stupid that they can't put two and two together, regardless of what you think is in those trails, regardless of what you believe about 2012, regardless of what you believe about earthquakes and global change, regardless of what you think about the banks. So many abnormalities are coming to surface. Everybody with a moderate level of intellect, just say that, everybody knows something's wrong. Is this majority of people? No, it's close. It's about 50% at this stage here in April of 2012. People know something's wrong. People in the back of their minds, intuitively, I'm going to say even psychically, know something is wrong. When you have that kind of mindset, and it's only going to build, and you have the Illuminati counting on their plan to work, counting on us to be either dead, mind-numbed, and when I say mind-numbed, I mean in such fear because of the little stage shows that they're going to be putting on for us in the coming months, weeks, and even days to come, that their weakness is exposed. Do you understand what I'm saying? To sum up, not having all the truth, that's what the Illuminati is counting on to work. And for you to do nothing as a result. When in fact, people are, let's just say, changing their lives. People are planning. People are doing things. And they don't have the full story. We don't have close to the full story about the horrible thing these men and women have done. My majority of men have done. Okay? And yet, we know enough to know that A, something's wrong, and in a lot of cases, not the majority, do something about it. Their arrogance will be their undoing. They're underestimating the spirit of their serfs. We're talking about people who are so evil and so disconnected from the majority of individuals on this planet that they have no clue as to how smart we can be. And I won't go into it, but we definitely are getting some major help. Let's remember what Poppy Bush was like when he lost to Clinton. He was going on the campaign trail. And this is what, look, I was a Kool-Aid drinking pro-Republican here. I mean, here he's a World War II veteran. All right? He's a hero of mine back then. I didn't know the full truth. I mean, frankly, how evil the damn Bush family is. And it still pulls at my heart because I drank the Kool-Aid for so many years. But anyway, here Bush goes in, and he's going to go in for a great PR spot. He goes into a grocery store with his entourage. He didn't, this is in 91, he didn't know what a grocery store scanner was. This is the level of how much in touch these sons of bitches are with you and me. We're going to win, folks. We're going to win.